Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a magic circle, and we do this by putting the yarn over the hook and kind of creating a loop. And we're going to grab that loop so that it doesn't come apart, yarn over, grab the loop again, pull through, and then we're going to chain 3. So yarn over, and then yarn over, and then we're going to do 3 triple crochet, which is yarning over twice, going in, pulling out, and then we're going to pull through 2 and pull through 2 and pull through 2, and we're going to do this a total of 3 times for 3 triple crochets. Alright, so now that you're done with the triple crochets, we're going to be doing 3 doubles. And then yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then yarn over, and then pull through 2, pull through 2. And then you're going to chain 1. This is going to kind of create like the point. And then you're going to triple crochet. Chain 1, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets and 3 triple crochets. So we're basically doing everything we just did, but on the opposite side. Okay, so now that we are done, we're going to chain 4, and then we're going to insert the hook into the circle, and then we are going to kind of do like a slip stitch, and then we're gonna chain 14. And don't worry about tightening the leaf yet, because we're going to do that after we chain 14. Okay, so now we're going to triple crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, and we're going to basically do the same steps that we did on the first leaf. So yeah, here's our 2nd triple crochet, and then our 3rd triple crochet, and now we're going to be doing 3 double crochets. And I'm sorry that it went kind of fast, and also this voiceover might not be the best, but I'm trying, so. Okay, so now that we're done with the 3rd leaf, we are going to chain 8, and then we are going to pull the yarn through and cut it off, and then we're going to do that 2 more times for the other leaf. We're going to have a total of 3 vines. Okay, so now that you're done with the leaves, we are going to make a magic circle, and then we're going to put 2 chains into that magic circle, and we're going to double crochet 12 times into the magic circle, and the chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. So yeah. Okay, so for this row, we're going to be doing an increase, which means we're going to be doing 2 double crochets in each stitch, which will give us 26 double crochets. And definitely make sure that you count all your stitches to make sure that you don't have an extra or you don't have one missing, because I've done that before, like a lot of times. So just make sure that you do that and then you count 26 stitches, and yeah. Okay, so now that you're done with that round, you're gonna slip stitch to join, and then you're gonna chain 1. And for this round, we're gonna be single crocheting in the back loop only. So that little loop back there, we're not gonna be going through both of the loops. We're gonna just be going through one. And then you're gonna put your stitch marker to make sure that you keep your progress. And yeah, you're just gonna be single crocheting in the back loop only. Okay, so now you're going to remove the stitch marker, and you are going to single crochet to join. And then you're going to place the stitch marker back in there. And then for rows 2 through 7, you are just going to be doing single crochet for the entire rounds. Alright, so I'm not really sure why my video came out like this, but for this round we're going to slip stitch into 8 stitches until we get to where we're going to be making the ears. And again, I apologize, I don't know what I did to record it in this way, but I guess I chose landscape instead of the one that I chose another one instead of the one I was supposed to do. So yeah, that's my bad, but hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna try and explain it a little bit better. Okay, so for the ears, you're going to do 1 single crochet, and this is all going to be in the same stitch. A half double crochet, double crochet, another double crochet, a half double crochet, and then to finish it off, a single crochet again. And then you're going to slip stitch into the next 4 stitches until you get to the other ear. Okay, so now we're going to repeat that same process with the single crochet, a half double crochet, 2 double crochets, and then the single crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch in the remainder of the stitches until you reach your stitch marker. Okay, so for this one, you are going to look at the ear, and you are going to go in the third slip stitch from the ear, just so that when you hang it, it's a little more balanced. And you are going to join by placing the yarn on the hook and in through the stitch, and then you're going to chain 25, and that's how many I did for the first string that I made. So yeah, just keep repeating this process until you get to 25 stitches. Alright, so now that we've done with that side, we're gonna go into the middle of the ears, and we're just gonna try and find the middle for the other side. We'll just do whatever works best for you, and then we're going to repeat that same process of pulling the yarn through and doing a chain 25. And don't worry, we will be weaving in the ends so that it doesn't come loose. And then just remember that we're gonna go from the third slip stitch like we did on the other side, and we are going to repeat that. So for the brown piece, we are going to basically do what we did on the white piece for the first part, but it's all going to be double crochet this time. So you're going to chain 2, and you're going to do your double crochet, and you're going to do your 12 double crochets until you get to the end where you're going to slip stitch. Alright, so now that you've gotten to the end, we're going to be doing the 2 double crochets in each chain in each stitch like we did with the white. So just do that until you get to 26. Okay, so now it is time to weave in the ends of these vines so that they're not like dangling and coming loose. And basically you're gonna put all of the vines through the dirt, and then you are going to simply just weave in the ends as best as you can so that the leaves stay pretty good, and they don't start falling out through the top, because I did that before and I had to learn the hard way. So just repeat this process until all of the vines are in there pretty good, and then you can tie knots when you're done, and then cut, and then we're going to work on the actual sewing of everything together. And when you're done, you're gonna pull the circle closed so that the leaves, the vines stay in there, and then you can cut everything off except for the sewing tail that you're obviously gonna need. Alright, so I know it's kind of hard to see, but we are going to be weaving in our ends, and don't worry, it doesn't have to be like super perfect. Just try, and I usually try and pull it through like that first kind of stitch, and then I try and weave my ends in almost like a sewing pattern, kind of going back and forth as if you were like to do embroidery. And so I hope that I'm showing how to do it good, but I did kind of get off frame a little bit here because it was a little hard to see what I was doing with the tripod that I have. So just bear with me. Now that everything is all sewn together, you are going to place the safety eyes inside the cat, and you're going to basically just place them wherever you want. I mean, I basically just position them. Sometimes I try different things out if I don't like the way it looks. And then you're gonna take the backs of the safety eyes and you're gonna push them until you hear like at least one click, because you want them to be in all the way. Alright, so now it is time for the sewing part, and we're gonna put some stuffing in it before we sew it all together. And you can add more stuffing like I did at the end. I didn't show it, but I did end up adding more. I basically put stuffing in before I start sewing because it's just a lot easier, and it helps it to like maintain its shape and everything. And I did end up cutting the yarn ends of the chains that I did, so you should also do that. And now we're gonna sew. And it's kind of hard to see because it's white, but we're going to be basically sewing into the first loop so that the dirt isn't too noticeable. So yeah, we're just going to be doing that through the whole thing, and I hope that I'm able to show you guys correctly. But looking at it, it's looking like the camera was I was so out of frame while I was doing this, but I hope you guys can get the gist. Alright, so now it is time for the ear part, and I did kind of get out of frame again for this, but basically for the half double crochets, you are going to kind of like take the yarn and just kind of weave it through those. And I did try my best to show you guys, but as you can see, it's like really up close, and I didn't realize how up close it was. But it's about to get back in frame here in a second, so you can like kind of see what I'm doing, and you're gonna repeat this same process for the other ear. So yeah, you just kind of like pull it through those loops right there and pull it back in, and then you're gonna continue sewing as normal, and this is gonna kind of also prop the ears up. So just continue this process for the whole thing until you get to the end. You can apply some blush, and I didn't show putting on the ribbons part, but it's honestly pretty easy. And now it's time to weave in the ends of this soil. So now you are going to just place it inside, and since it's dark and it's all gonna blend in, you don't really have to worry about like the stitches being shown or anything. You're just going to keep on weaving in the ends. You don't have to weave them in super crazily because you don't want to pull it so tight that it ends up making the cat distorted. You just want it to be enough to where it doesn't unravel. And I kind of struggled with, I always struggle with weaving in the ends, but you're going to pull that through, and then you're going to cut it, and you're going to basically use the sewing needle to kind of like stuff in that end. And then you're going to take the ends, or maybe I should say the beginnings of the chains, and you're going to try and make them all like even so it's not all wonky, and then you're going to tie that, and then you're going to pull those through, and then you're going to cut. It doesn't matter how much you cut, it's just how long you want that to be. Isn't it so cute? Oh my gosh. And then yeah, you're just gonna cut that, and then we're going to apply the blush. So I literally just get the blush and I dab it on the cheek, and I dab it on the ear, and then that's it, you're done. And then you can add some little bows at the end like I did.